the Soviets' favorite sniper rifle, the Snajperska Windowka Dragunova, da? What is up, guys? This is Chris with Frozen Soldier Airsoft, and today we're going to be reviewing the A&K SVD AEG, otherwise known as the Specialized Sniper Rifle. So the first thing that you guys probably notice is that I have the wide-angle camera out, and I apologize, it looks really unprofessional, but that is the only way to get this gun in. This gun is literally 3 feet in length. It takes up the entire review studio thing, whatever you want to call it. It's huge. So I just want to apologize before starting off. So the next thing that you're going to notice is that this box is beat to pieces and it is very bland and cardboardish. And that's pretty specific for A&K. They like to do just bland cardboard, but the box is beat up because my friend ordered it from airsplat.com. Now, I don't endorse Airsplat because I've had lots of problems with them, and it seems to be a common recurrence that they just like to beat the heck out of the box. It's not the shipping provider because they use UPS, the same that delivers packages from e-bike. So I'm a little bit confused as what's happening, but yes, the box does. If you order this from Airsplat, the box does come pretty damaged. So anyhow, getting that out of the way, let me show you how you open the box up. So upon opening the box, the first thing that you notice that it comes in pretty decent styrofoam that ensures that even if you order this from Airsplat, it won't get damaged during shipping. So upon removing the black styrofoam cover like so, it reveals everything that comes in the box. So the first thing that you notice when you look to your right is that it comes with a pretty standard Chinglish filled manual. This is pretty bad, and once again, it's just a booklet of common sense. And it's kind of hard to get open because for whatever reason they package it in a weird spot, but it literally is just a book of common sense, and you can throw this out if you desire. So the next thing that you're going to notice is that it comes with a pretty horrible wall charger. I say this every time, pretty horrible, because I'm pretty sure the same manufacturer just gives them out and throws them in these packages because they've had too many of them. That's just my theory. Throw this out, get a smart charger, it'll save you lots of trouble. So the next thing that you notice that floating around in the box somewhere will be this front sight post adjustment tool. Hold on to this. If you already have an AK style front sight adjustment tool, you can throw it out, but I would recommend holding on to this since this is the only way to adjust your front sight. So the next thing that you notice that it comes with a pretty decent battery. I was actually kind of surprised that A&K gave you a 9.6 volt battery out of the box. Now it is only 1200 milliamp hours, so it's not going to give you a whole lot of time of play, but it is cool that they included this in the box. And finally, the gun itself. So upon removing the gun from the box, you're going to notice that it comes with one more thing. So moving all the way to the left, you're going to notice that it comes with a cheek pad. This is a pretty decent cheek pad. It's not very comfortable, but it is made out of steel and wood, and it's got a little bit of leather. I don't know if it's real leather or not, but it is pretty nice and cool that they include that in the box. So with that out of the way, we're going to go to the usual build quality of the gun. So I'm going to point out what parts are made out of plastic and what parts are made out of metal. So starting from the front of the gun, all the plastic parts are the hideous orange tip, the front handguard, and the stock. And that is literally all the plastic parts that are located throughout the gun. So everything else that I named off, with the exception of the bolt, is made out of stamped steel, which is really good on A&K's behalf. Now the part that isn't made out of stamped steel, like I said previously, is the bolt. The bolt is actually made out of aluminum, so it is definitely lightweight, but not as durable as, say, the steel body. So before moving on to the other external features of the gun, I'd just like to take a quick second to go over the magazine. Now the magazine shown here is almost the exact same magazine that comes in the box, only this is the only other aftermarket magazine that you basically can find. It's a 96 round mid-capacity magazine, and it works great. It's made out of steel and the same build quality as the other one. So this right here is the magazine that comes with it in the box. This is a 180 round high capacity magazine. I don't know why they went high capacity if it's 180 rounds. Don't ask me why, and this is why I don't really care for the magazine. I'd rather get a bunch of mid-caps that feed 10 times better and don't make this annoying sound, and the door doesn't constantly flip open when you take the magazine out. So with the magazine grape out of the way, let's continue with the features. So starting from the front of the rifle, you're going to notice that it has a front sight. The front sight is only adjustable for windage using that tool that I showed you earlier. So moving down, you're going to notice that it comes with a standard AK-47 style rear leaf sight. This is only adjustable for elevation. It seems to be the only thing that the Russians really care about. So now moving a little bit more to the right, you're going to notice that it has a charging handle. Now pulling back the charging handle will reveal your hop-up dial. This hop-up was pretty effective, but could be 10 times better if you get a better bucking and a better nub. So now moving a little bit more to the right, you're going to notice that it has a standard AK-47 selector switch. up on the selector switch being safe, in the middle being semi-automatic, and all the way to the bottom being full auto. But Chris, you say, why would a DMR have full automatic? Now this is one thing that I definitely appreciate A&K thinking out. So the reason why they included fully automatic is to unlock your gearbox if you're spamming in semi-auto. Now if you're spamming the gun in semi-automatic and it doesn't finish a full rotation, the gearbox will lock up. Now when the gearbox locks up and you do not have full automatic, you basically have to take the entire gearbox apart and put it back together and to reset all the gears and all that jazz, which is a super duper pain in the rear. So that is definitely one reason I'm grateful that A&K decided to put full auto. Now upon flipping the gun over like so, there's one more thing I forgot to mention. Now notice right here, there's a set of proprietary grooving. Now you may be wondering what that is for. That is for either an AK style scope mount or the actual PSO1 scope that was designed for this rifle. One more thing I'd like to go over quickly before we go on to the internal review of the gun is to show you where the sling mount points are. Now there are only 2 sling mount points on the entire gun. One on the rear buttstock being located here, and one on the front of the rifle being located on this side, right here next to the gas block. So now with all the external features out of the way, let's move on to the internal review. So the first thing I'd like to state is my biggest gripe about the entire weapon. Battery space. Simply pulling this switch back like so, and pulling the pin out, which is a little bit of a pain and will loosen over time. Now simply slide this thing towards the gas block and it will open up your handguard cover. Now inside the handguard cover is where you put the battery. As you can tell previously, it is a pain to get open and it is a pain to put a battery in here. A 9.6 volt 1600 milliamp battery, stick type, barely fits in here. It is the biggest gripe about the entire gun. So there's no other batteries besides stick type, or if you really wanted to, upgrade the gun and make it LiPo ready. Now I've searched far and wide to try to figure out what kind of gearbox is in this gun. Some people say it's a version 6, while others say it's a version 7, and the people that just want to, end the quarrel say it's a mix between a version 6 and a version 7. My answer to what gearbox is in here is yes. I have no idea what it is. It is literally SVD specific, but the good news is it takes most version 6 and version 7 parts, so upgradeability is good. Now as you can probably tell, this weapon is specifically meant for the DMR/sniper role. Now with the gun with a pre-installed M120 spring, it is shooting between 400 and 420 feet per second with 12 gram BBs. So with that being said, that just about wraps up the review of the A&K SVD AEG SSR. If you guys enjoyed the video, slap that like button, and as always, please subscribe.